All right, let's talk about something I'm pretty sure we've all experienced. Those mysterious forces that seem to guide our wallets, often in directions we didn't plan. Today, we're going to break down the psychology of spending and really uncover those hidden triggers that get us to buy.
So, does this sound familiar? You walk into a store with a mission, right? Just one item, but somehow you leave with 3 bags and a much, much lighter wallet. Well, I'm here to tell you this isn't an accident. It's not you lacking self-control. No, it's often by design, and it's all thanks to some really powerful psychological triggers.
First up, let's talk about maybe the most powerful word in all of retail, sale. It is a trap, and our brains are basically hardwired to fall for it, every single time. And it works by completely reframing how we think about a purchase.
So here's the mental sleight of hand in action. You see an item that used to be $100, but now it's on sale for $50. Your brain doesn't see a $50 expense. No way. It sees a $50 win. It's laser focused on the money you're saving, not the money you're actually spending. And you better believe retailers are banking on you seeing that discount, not the damage to your bank account.
This is a simple sentence, but I want you to burn this into your brain. Remembering this one little phrase totally changes your perspective. You didn't magically find $50. You just exchanged 50 of your own hard-earned dollars for something. Just keeping this in mind is enough to flip that psychological switch right back in your favor.
Now, let's move on to our next trigger, which is all about our emotions. We've all heard the term retail therapy, right? We usually say it as a joke, but it is a very, very real thing where we literally try to buy our way into a better mood.
Think about it. Are you bored on a Tuesday night, feeling a little sad, totally stressed out from work? Well, these feelings are incredibly powerful triggers. When we feel low, our brain craves a quick fix, a little hit of dopamine. And what's one of the fastest, easiest ways to get that hit? Clicking Add to Cart.
And this right here is the whole emotional roller coaster of retail therapy. It starts with that trigger, that feeling of sadness or boredom. Then you make the purchase, and for a minute, you get that rush, that high. But it's always temporary, because what comes next is the crash. Good old buyer's remorse, right when the reality of that credit card bill starts to sink in. Okay, our third trigger moves away from our internal feelings and looks at external pressures. This is that powerful and often subconscious need we all feel to measure up to the people around us.
You've definitely heard this phrase before, keeping up with the Joneses. It's that classic idea that we feel this pressure to have whatever our neighbors have. You know, the new car, the perfect lawn, the amazing vacation photos. It's a social comparison game that drives a huge amount of our spending.
But here's the crazy modern twist. The Joneses aren't just living next door anymore. They're in your pocket. They're on your phone, 24/7. Every single time you scroll through your social media feed, it is a non-stop parade of perfectly curated lives. And it just amplifies that pressure 1,000 times over to spend money we don't have on things we don't need to impress people we don't even know.
Okay, so we've laid out the traps. You've got the sale trap, emotional spending, the comparison game. It can feel a little overwhelming. But how do you fight back? Well, let's talk about a simple but incredibly powerful strategy, the 48-hour rule.
Here's how it works, and it's beautifully simple. First, you see something you want. Something that's not an essential, like, groceries. Instead of grabbing it right then and there, you just wait. You put it on a mental shelf for 2 full days. Then, after those 2 days have passed, you come back to it and you reevaluate. You ask yourself, do I still want this? Do I really need it?
48 hours. Why that specific amount of time? Well, it seems to be the magic number. It's just long enough to break the spell of that initial impulse, but it's short enough to still be practical. Look, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's about creating a deliberate pause so you can find some clarity. And here's the psychology of why it's so effective. That immediate urge to buy is almost always 100% emotional. That 48-hour pause is like a cooling off period. It gives that initial emotional fire, that dopamine-seeking urge, time to just fade away. And that allows your more rational, logical brain to step in and make the final call. Because really, what this all boils down to is a fundamental truth. Financial control isn't just about spreadsheets and budgets. It's a mental game. Once you understand these psychological triggers, you can start to master your own mind. And when you do that, you start to master your money.
So I'll leave you with a question to think about. What's one non-essential purchase that's been on your mind lately? And are you willing to give it the 48-hour test? Just try it. The answer you come up with might really surprise you.